Shane, go ahead.
Hey Luke, how's it going? How's your summer going?
Yeah, all good. Nice to, enjoy some time with family and friends and, get some rest before getting back at it. But all good. Can't complain.
Have you been in Minnesota? Is that where you train in off season?
Yeah, I've been in Minnesota most of the time. Went back to St. Louis for about a week to see my folks, brother, grandparents. But other than that, yeah, I've been here most of the way.
And what's sort of your plan? When do you plan to come back to San Jose?
Probably September 1 is usually when I tend to head back. Haven't thought that far ahead, just enjoying my time here, skating, training, getting ready for the season.
And can you talk about you signed the 1 year contract to come back to the Sharks? Can you talk about how that came together and just how excited you are to be back?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Obviously, being there 2 years, kind of battling and seeing what we've gone through. I think, we're on the rise for sure. With the talent that we've drafted and the prospects and the players that we've brought in, and the relationship I have with Warsaw and the coaching staff, and knowing how excited and the energy that he has for this team moving forward. I couldn't be more excited. I'm really looking forward to getting there and get going.
Have you talked with Ryan a bit, sort of your role on the team and just sort of also to just expectations for next year with him?
Yeah, I mean, I think I know what my role is. I think I know the type of player that I am. We've had, some talks throughout the summer. We were very close, obviously, the last 2 years too, talking and having that relationship for, me as a player, but also as a person and knowing what I need to do. And I think that's pretty clear. So, like I said, I'm excited to play for him and, see what happens.
And is it nice that the Sharks acquired so many players that maybe take after your own heart? Guys who are hard to play against, guys like Barclay Goodrow and Ty Dellandrea, Carl Grundstrom, just guys like that are sort of cut in the same cloth as you.
Yeah, I think, you got to have competitive guys. I think, you watch the Stanley Cup playoffs, you look at teams that win. You obviously have to have the talent, but you got to be the most competitive team, and have that playoff style of hockey. And yeah, I'm excited and happy with all the moves that were made. And, the guys that we brought in should help a lot.
All right, thanks, Luke.
Go ahead, Max.
Luke, first of all, congratulations on the contract. You mentioned Ryan and talking about him, what you guys talked about, just more off the ice stuff. That's something he's emphasized with us. What kind of person is he like when he's not talking hockey? Like, what is that relationship like with the head coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's different with every head coach. He's a great person. I think he cares about people. I think, he's a pro. He approaches, everything the right way. Every day he's got a smile on his face. When he gets to the rink, he's got that energy, that competitive spirit, someone you want to go to battle with. And I think, you talk to everyone in that room, they all feel that way. So like I said, just talking with the guys, everyone's, you never want to see a change or something happen. It's obviously it's unfortunate, with Quinny, but it's a part of the game, right? You got to move forward. It happens in the sport, and we're excited, like I said, for Warsaw and to play for him and for what's to come.
Mike told us the other day that there's going to be a lot of competition in training camp this year. Obviously, there was a lot last year, but there just seems to be an added, amount of bodies, especially with the forward group. As a competitive guy yourself, I mean, a lot of your style plays, getting in the corners, grinding out. What does that do for a training camp when there's that many guys vying for such small amounts of spots?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think you want that competitive spirit within your team. You want that every day of practice. You want that throughout the year. I think that only collectively as a group. And we got a lot of young guys. I think it'll be good for them to get into that and just be battling and fighting for everything, every day at such a young age coming into the league. But also for older guys, that you got to earn it as well. Nothing's given, nothing's guaranteed. And I think when you have that mindset from day one getting to camp, that it really sets up a good you know format, identity, whatever you want to call it for your group, that, it's an everyday process. You got to show up every day. You got to, you know, come ready to go every day, or, someone's going to take your spot.
you look at the young players coming in, obviously last year with Fabian, William, and Bordelot a little bit, and Colin, and now you got Will Smith and Macklin Celebrini. Obviously, you've got the A's on your jersey now. Have you reached out to any of those guys? Obviously, maybe not necessarily Eklund and Fabian, but of Will and Macklin and maybe some of the other young guys. Have you reached out to them and talked to them about their summer?
Yeah, obviously, with Smith, I was with him over at World, so I got to spend a little time with him, and see him on the ice, practice, play with him a little bit. So that was pretty cool. Be able to talk about the team and everything with him. So, and then obviously, with Macklin and, some of the guys that got drafted and, even some of the guys that we brought in, just reaching out, welcoming, them to the group and just telling them, how excited we are and, ready to go to battle with them and get going. So, just a little bit here or there. Don't want to bombard anyone with too much stuff. And then obviously with, Eki and Zets, I talked to them enough. We talked plenty. So it's a fun group. It's a good group of guys. And, we've said that all along. It's just good people in this organization. So, just want to, bring that into going to work every day and getting the job done.
Last one from me here, obviously, just from one of the reasons why Macklin told us he signed is that, they brought in a lot of players to help the quality of the team. You went through the struggles of the team last year. From a player who was here last year, seeing those moves made, bringing in a guy like Alex Wenberg or Tyler Toffoli, and then the grunge from Delantry, and then obviously signing these top prospects, what does it do for confidence for the players that have been there and went through the struggles of last season?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we all know what happened the last few years. I think you got to use it to fuel the fire. You got to use it to remember the feeling and get out of that and not want that anymore. And I think obviously the pieces we brought in are going to help for sure. And I think the guys that were there should just be hungrier and hungrier to not have that feeling. And when you're training, when you're working out, skating, everything over the summer, you're just thinking about that and wanting to be better and doing everything you possibly can do to be ready when camp starts and help our team win.
Awesome. Thanks, Luke.
Yeah.
Christian, go ahead.
Yeah, Luke, how did you and the Sharks ultimately settle on, 1 year as the length of this contract?
I mean, there's a lot of, with the negotiations with, your agent and, Greersy going, talking and trying to figure things out. I don't want to obviously get into too much of that. I'm happy with how everything, went down. I'm happy to be there for another year and, be a part of this group and do whatever I can to help, our hockey club win.
Yeah, and now that you're, like you said, back in the fold, how do you see your role with these talented young guys coming in and this new era sort of starting for the Sharks?
Yeah, I think 200-foot player, like, I've tried to always be since I, I've gotten into the league. A leader, physical, energy, just, play my game, penalty kill, whatever it is that Warsaw needs, I'm willing to do. But yeah, just try to, be a good guy for these young guys to look up to, just do the right things every day and, help them as much as possible.
Yeah, and then you've had a fun summer, obviously, with your wife winning a championship. What was that like, and how has it just been, this whole whirlwind of the summer for you?
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. I was fortunate enough to, go to World Championships, and after that, I was still able to, catch the PWHL playoffs and then watch them win. It was pretty special, something really special to be a part of. Obviously, missing a lot of her games, over the years, so it was cool that I could be there for her and her team, and for her last game ever to win a championship, and the inaugural season of the league was pretty amazing, and great memories that we'll both cherish. So it was very cool to see.
Yeah, what was the discussion like with her, as she was getting ready to decide whether or not to hang him up? Did that not come through?
I think you cut out there. Can you say that again?
Yeah, sure. What was the discussion like with her, like you
No,
said,
you
coming off winning a championship and then, ultimately her decision to hang him up?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's, her choice. I think we've had, some talks even before the season that this, was potentially going to be her last year. Being married, wanting to, spend obviously more time together than apart like we have the last few years. And, and hopefully have a family and be together. That's just kind of what went into that. But yeah, just her decision. Nothing. Just loves the game, loves everything about it. But loved her time playing in Minnesota and how the league went, and it was just, I guess, her time.
Gotcha. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we have Luke for a few more minutes. So just a reminder, use raise hand if you have any questions for him. Shane, go ahead.
Luke, I just wanted to ask, in relation to that, are you now, you got a gun for a championship now so that she doesn't have those bragging rights over you?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't. We're a pretty competitive, family. So it's you never want to be the one on the losing end of things. And yeah, she won a championship, so definitely, I want to win something as well.
Well, I guess for you, you didn't win it first, but you can win more, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I also wanted to ask you, just what was your impression of Will Smith in the time you spent with him? He didn't get to play a lot, obviously, for Team USA, but just, at practice and just spending time with him, hanging out with him, what was he like?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, you can tell just how great of a kid he is. You can tell he was raised right and fun to be around. Smile on his face every time he's at the rink, and you see him in practice and the things that he can do and his talent, and just makes you excited to have him on our team and play with him this year. And yeah, it was fun to see and be a part of him. Didn't get to spend much time with him before that, obviously, so it was nice.
What kind of questions did he have for you, be it being in San Jose, just the living experience, or even just as an NHL player? Did he have any questions for you in either of those kind of areas?
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of everything. Obviously, asking about San Jose, asking about the rink, asking about you name it, where the best places to live are, restaurants, whatever it was. It was just he was asking, he wanted to know all about it, and that was awesome for myself to see how excited he was about it.
And finally, I'm not sure if this is something that you discussed with Ryan, but is the intention, or has he told you that you're going to be alternate captain next year, or is that kind of, you guys didn't discuss it? That could be up in the air, or do you know anything about that?
I don't know anything about that. That's not on my mind. I'm just working on what I need to do to be ready for the season. And I'm not thinking about any of that stuff. So
All right, thanks, Luke. Enjoy the summer. I'll see you soon.
thanks.
We'll go back to Christian.
Yeah, Luke, I just wanted to ask you, I know your coach came out and said we want more, like you. What is it like to hear that, from your coach? And, how do you, like you said, sort of try to embody that, with all these young guys and what you guys are trying to build this year?
Yeah, obviously it means a lot. Something I try to do every day, and how I approach, coming to the rink every day, how I approach just life, just do the right things, try to work hard, and be a good person first and foremost, and good teammate. And yeah, I think it'll be huge, especially with the young guys that we have, and just trying to be the best pro possible, but really good example for these guys and help them in any ways that I can. And yeah, it was definitely a very, very cool compliment to hear your coach say something like that, and just makes you want to give him that much more.
Absolutely. Thanks.